Hello and welcome to ELL Plus with me, Olorunfunmi.
And me, Vivian, bring you news and features from around the boroughs.
That's Hackney and Tower Hamlets, Lewisham and Croydon.
In this week's program,
Melody Driscoll's mother speaks exclusively to ELL about the custody battle she's facing now with her ill daughter.
And with 3 strikes in a week, we will have a look why the RMT dispute is still dragging on.
Stay with us to find out how to avoid becoming a victim of the flu from Australia. Our top story is a mother from Croydon who is facing a legal battle to keep custody of a severely ill daughter, Melody. Corina Driscoll disagrees with doctors who say that Melody no longer needs painkillers to ease her condition. The mother is also fighting Croydon Council, which wants to put Melody into foster care. The 11-year-old is a long-term patient at King's College Hospital. Our reporter Malika Fachrou has been speaking exclusively with Corina Driscoll.
Corina Driscoll cradles her youngest son, but she fears she soon may not be able to hold her ill daughter Melody in the same way. Melody suffers from severe mental and physical disabilities. In November, Melody's dream of meeting Ed Sheeran came true, but now the hospital disagrees with her mother over the little girl's treatment.
We want her to carry on with her morphine because she's been on it for 4 years now, and in them 4 years we've been able to have a home. She's been happy, she's been able to go to school because we've been able to control her pain properly. Now she's in hospital and they've taken that away and she's having so much longer pain episodes. She hasn't got a quality of life. She would always be in hospital care now. I feel like I'm failing her. And sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just want her to be happy and have a life at home and be able to be as normal as she can be. Just because she's disabled, it doesn't mean she should be treated differently. She should be included in society, and that's not happening since they've removed these medications.
We received the statement from King's College Hospital. All decisions taken by our expert clinical team are in our patient's best interests. We're unable to comment further on this case. Croydon Council told us the following: we will always seek to work with parents and hear the views of the child and the family.
When you get Rett syndrome, you lose all your skills. And she lost her hand use, so she couldn't use her hands anymore. So she couldn't hold a pen, she couldn't draw, she couldn't write. And when she was put on ketamine, she regained her abilities in her hands, so she could use an iPad, she could draw, she could colour. It's gone. It's the most heartbreaking thing to have to witness, because when she is in a pain episode, she tries to pull out her lines, and if she pulls out her lines, it could seriously damage her. I could lose her from her pulling out her central line. So we have to restrain her, and she looks at you and her eyes just say, help me. And as a mum, you've got to sit there and know there is something that can help her, but you're not allowed to do it and you're not allowed to give it, and no one believes you to be able to get it given for her. And she doesn't understand that I'm trying to fight. She doesn't know all of this, what's happening outside of the hospital. All she sees is I'm not doing anything.
Corina Driscoll has now taken a private solicitor to keep custody of her daughter. To finance the solicitor, she has started a crowdfunding. The court procedure will start in a couple of weeks. Malika Fachrou for ELL Plus.
For any commuters out there, you know that the Southern, Southwestern and Network Rail have all been affected by a strike on Monday and Wednesday. The disruption will continue tomorrow, but with a consumer watchdog alert and a damning report released just yesterday, it seems that the RMT union are not the only ones unhappy with the rail management. To tell us more, Monika Ghosh brings us this report.
The new year has started with 3 strikes across 3 networks. Driver-only trains are at the core of the dispute. The rail union, RMT, released this video to highlight what they say are the dangers of driver-only trains.
Say the train was involved in an accident. Who helps all the passengers? Just the driver?
Southern Railways have said they will try to have a guard on every train, but on the rare occasions when a guard cannot be found, they do not wish to disrupt passengers' journeys. This isn't enough for the unions. They've been organising pickets like this one across the country. As the dispute drags on, the consumer watchdog, Transport Focus, called in the bosses of the rail companies to set out a clear plan to improve passengers' experiences.
The National Audit Office released a report that underlined the multiple ways in which Govia Thameslink has failed its passengers. Only 62% of the trains that ran this year were on time. 7.7%, that's 4 times more than any other train company, of all trains were delayed or cancelled by more than 30 minutes.
Charles Horton, the chief executive of Govia Thameslink, was optimistic, citing a major upgrade programme with improvements in trains and technology, and he said he regretted the disruption caused in the meantime. We'll know more at the end of the month when the National Rail Passenger Survey is released. For now, the major disruptions are to the South West Line, heading to Brighton and Portsmouth, so do check before you travel tomorrow. Monika, Ghosh for ELL+.
A dog was shot dead by firearms officers in Thornton Heath when they were trying to arrest a man on suspicion of attempted murder. Police said the dog was a danger to them during their operation. The police had issued a search warrant for the 18-year-old man, but as they chased him down Handcombe Road, the suspect jumped over neighbouring fences and climbed a garden shed. The police closed off the road in Thornton Heath as they dealt with the incident. Later, a police spokesperson said an out-of-control dog at the address posed a danger and was fatally shot by firearm officers.
Stay with us on ELL Plus News. Coming up after the break, a little roundup with our ELL editor.
And we'll be finding out how to stay healthy and prepare for the Aussie flu. We will be back in just a few moments.
Now it's time for our regular roundup of borough news, this week with Monika Ghosh from our sister website EastLondonLines. Last year, we had the story about the possible closure of the Wardrobe Walking Centre. Are there any updates?
Well, actually, yes, there's a meeting tomorrow with the CCG and local residents. That's essentially a time for the CCG to confirm the closure of the walk-in centre. Now, Joe Dromey, he's been very vocal about pleading with the CCG not to close it down. The centre actually serves around 30,000 residents a year, which takes huge strain off Lewisham Hospital, and also it kind of deals with the winter rush of patients that might come in. Vicky Foxtrot has also said that she would really prefer it if the CCG doesn't close down. So ELL will definitely be publishing something on the results of the meeting tomorrow.
It seems to have been a worrying start to the year with the stamping on New Year's Eve. So has EL got any pieces about crime this year?
Yes, so our first lead story of the year was about a 17-year-old. He has been found guilty in 6 acid attacks in just a 90-minute period from July last year. Now, the judge made the unusual decision of naming him. His name is Derek John, and he's from Thornton Heath in Croydon. We've got a few more crime stories coming up for the end of the week, but our main focus next week will be about Sadiq Khan's new focus on stop and search. We'll have a look at the figures in our boroughs about how much stop and search really works and how many people are targeted by the practice.
And on a more sunnier note, what's on for our ELL readers this week?
Well, this weekend we've got a few exciting events. There's a book signing in a church at St Luke's. There's also a boxing club. Now, this boxing club runs all the way till April, and it's only £6 for a drop-in lesson. There's also a film screening in Lewisham where you can go along on Saturday evening and see a film of your choice for less than £5.
Thank you, Monika Ghosh.
Thank you. A flu virus from Australia is spreading around the UK. With the Aussie flu on the rise, doctors in Lewisham are encouraging its citizens to get their flu jabs. However, with a success rate for only 40 to 16%, flu jabs don't provide 100% immunity. Sammy Quash Aiden has this report.
Every winter, thousands of people in England contract the flu, but still only a tiny percentage of the population are vaccinated. Here in Lewisham, Public Health England have just revealed that out of a population of 750,000, only 18,200 received their flu jabs between March and August last year. That includes those who are specifically prompted by their GPs to have the jab. So we went to ask the people of Lewisham if they got their yearly flu jab.
No, I did not get my yearly flu jab.
Yes, I got my yearly flu jab. I had two actually.
No, I did not get my yearly flu jab.
We then went to visit Dr. Sebastian Calway at the Waldron Health Centre to ask him more about the Aussie flu.
This one relates to a strain which was very virulent in the year 2008 in a city called Brisbane, and Brisbane is in Australia.
And how can you assure the public about the Aussie flu?
Well, I think it's best not to be too alarmed about headline newspapers and so forth. In Lewisham we're very well prepared, we've learned from the past. GPs are on high alert, district nurses are out in full force to protect those who are most at risk.
Most cases of flu happen between December and February. According to Oxford University, around 600 people die from flu complications every year. Those most at risk and urged to get their flu jabs are adults over the age of 65, pregnant women, and those with underlying health conditions. But flu jabs only have a typical effectiveness of 40 to 60%. Therefore, they don't provide 100% immunization.
So this is the flu vaccine for this year. It says 2017-18 and it's inactivated, so it's not live. And this is what it looked like inside. So we've got a big box with 10 vaccines. They're all pre-packed and the needle is already attached to it.
So you can come here to Newco's pharmacy and get your jab for only £10. As Dr. Colway said, it is still not too late to get your flu jab, and he urges you to get it, particularly if you are pregnant or suffering from heart disease, diabetes, COPD, or asthma. It is vital that you protect yourself during this winter season. It is also important for parents to give the flu jab to their children, as the spread is high in schools and nurseries. But here in Lewisham, we are perfectly equipped, as Dr. Colway reassured us. Samuel Kwashiaiden reporting for ELL Plus.
And finally, did you make a New Year's resolution? We tried to find out from the public what the most popular goals are in 2018.
To lose weight. First one, and the second one was to earn more money.
To get more fit and progress in my job career.
Stay more positive.
See more of my friends and do less work.
Probably to hug more people.
Just wish my family they're very healthy.
Get fitter, go down the gym, and do a bit more running and swimming as well.
Work on self-care and ground myself and really get to know myself.
We're trying to save money, I think.
To work harder, study more and love myself.
Did you make a New Year's resolution?
Well, probably picking up one more healthy hobby. How about you?
Reading more books.
Wow, okay, that's great.
That's it for now. Thank you for joining us.
And remember, you can catch up with our latest on our website. It's EastLondonLines.co.uk. We will see you next week.